are you doing? North America, South America, Asia, Australia, Africa, Europe, and the entire Caribbean diaspora. How are you doing? I'm just elated and happy and excited. Yesterday, February 17th, I had the privilege and honor to be in the same forum with the great Les Brown. Yes, the motivational, international, renowned speaker Les Brown. Yesterday was his birthday, and I was among the 100 people that was privileged to be invited to his birthday. I had to take a moment to take that in. What a privilege and honor that was. Thank you, Mr. Les Brown. Thank you wholeheartedly. And to your son, thank you all wholeheartedly for inviting me to his birthday celebration yesterday. And within that session, he even do what he does best and remind us that we should live our best, most authentic life and not let ourselves be consumed in the graveyard, meaning that don't let the greatness, the dreams, the aspiration that has been embedded in us by our Creator be taken from this world with us when we go on. Everything that we have within us to execute, we must leave it here in this realm of dimension. Thank you, Les Brown. Even though I was feeling to give in, but to see you at 76, Mr. Les Brown, going strong and powerful and still has the power in your voice. As you said, we have to be hungry. We have to be hungry. And Les Brown, I know you probably are going to see this video because I am now officially a part of your community, and I am happy, elated. Word can't explain how I feel to have, oh my word, that's why I said wait. That is why I'm going to tell you all out there, beautiful soul, work, put in the work, keep working, keep grinding, don't stop. Even when you think that things are not going in accordance to how you want them to go, keep pushing, keep fighting. Even when you feel like you're running against the wind, beautiful soul from near and far, do not stop. Keep pushing and keep fighting and don't stop. Who would have thought that I, Ashani Thomas, would have met the great Les Brown? I am elated, happy, and excited. You know, I am filled with gratitude to have given the privilege and honor to be invited to Mr. Les Brown birthday celebration yesterday. And I am just an individual here in the Caribbean, specifically Jamaica, doing my thing, embarking on the online platform, not knowing the heck what I am doing, learning as I go along. I'm on Spotify, Breaker, Google Cast, Anchor, all the major over 7 podcasting platform my podcast has reached. Who am I? Just a little soul from the Caribbean, specifically Jamaica, with one dream, one aspiration, and one mission. That is why I say to you, every dreams and aspiration that has been given to you was given for you to execute it. So beautiful souls from near and far, all those dreams and aspiration that was given to you, execute them today. But I just had to say that while I go into my podcast, my session for today, because today I want to continue my privately and speak to my massive as I am on the outdoor, you know, as it relates to the podcast session that I had where I zoom in on hard conversation and the importance of having hard discussions. Many a time people shy away from those discussions because it is hard, it is emotional, and it is one where when you have had certain set views and certain teaching already grinded in you from a tender age, it is hard to unteach certain stuff that has already been taught. It is not easy. You have to be willing and committed to unteach certain items that have been embedded within you from a tender age, you know. But I want to go into it today. I want to speak about it today, and why is it that we're always running away from self? Why is it that when self calls on us, we're always running away from it? Why is it so? Why are we so timid? Why are we so scared to fully learn about ourselves, learn about who we are, learn about the greatness that is embedded in us? Why do we run away from ourselves? And why is it that many people, when they hear the word race, when they hear the word equal rights and justice for all people, why is it that it's such a trigger words? These are trigger words or trigger phrase for some persons. Why is it people are afraid and timid to show up and have hard conversation? But if we don't have those hard conversations today, when is the right time for us to have them? Should we just keep sweeping them under the rug? They're just going to build up and the rug is just going to get messy. Should we put band-aid on them and not remove the band-aid? Henceforth, they won't heal. If you do that, they won't heal. We have to remember that we have to nurse our wounds before they scars. And that is what we have done for the past 100 years. I know that the stain of slavery is still up on us because it has been a continuous process for over 4 centuries. Yet, we, the souls here, in this realm of dimension that we're currently existing in, there's so much consciousness, conscious people out there now, open consciousness. It's like a field that is available to many of us. Open conscious is open season for us to have tough and hard decision, hard conversation. Open season, come on. Let's have these hard conversations. I know they are not easy. I know they are challenging conversation because people are timid and scared once they reach a certain level in society and they want to grab hold on those accolades as it relates to earthly gains. Earthly gains meaning items that you can put a price tag on. They want to hold on to these stuff because of the comfort that it brings them, and that is okay, because you cannot envy an individual for his or her earthly gains, because you know it's a lot of work that an individual has to put in, especially when that individual doesn't come from wealth. They had to put in numerous hours of work. They had to work really hard to be where they're at. So I understand when many people say, I don't want to speak about it. I understand. But let me tell you something, for those persons who try to shy away from it, I'm speaking to myself as well, because I have always been one that never engage in conversation as it relates to race, as it relates to bigotry, as it relates to hate, discrimination. I have always had conversation about poverty because I am an individual that came from that. I came from severe poverty and I fight for my own dreams and aspiration, and I am still fighting. I am nowhere near, but at the end of the day, when you look on where you're coming from to where you're at, gratitude is the most phenomenal trait there is. It is a healing, settling experience you have when you are able to have gratitude for where God has bring you to. And you have to trust the process and enjoy the process while you go in, you know. But a friend of mine, I said this to a friend of mine that I wanted to zoom in on the conversation, and she was saying, Ashani, it's a tough conversation. Many people will be offended if you go in on these types of conversation, because people say they are ready, but are they really ready to engage in this kind of conversation? Are they ready to have tough discussion as it relates to race? Are we ready? Are we really authentically ready? I see the conversation happening in the Americas, but for me, I want to speak about them, but I also want us to heal. I want us to move on. I want us to start zooming in and journeying back to ourselves so that we can unearth superbly, authentically, extraordinarily greatness within us. Because really, as I said last week, black people, white people, Asian people, Arab people, you see, I'm speaking to you on a smooth tone of voice, because this is what I want to say to you. You all can create the change that you need to see in our society. It is up to all of us to create these changes that is in our society. We need a new society. Obviously, you see that what is happening right now in our society doesn't serve us. It doesn't serve anyone. It doesn't even serve the persons that have accumulated numerous amount of wealth. Because if you have accumulated numerous amount of wealth and crime and violence populates our society, how is it that you're going to be able to experience and enjoy that wealth when crime and violence is everywhere, when poverty perpetuates the air, when people are in pain and a lot of persons are going to their bed hungry, people are dying, and right now, as it relates to the human experience that we are all currently undergoing, we all know about it, the novel COVID-19 with pandemic, which still up on us right now as we are heading into the second half of the 21st century. We have officially started the first year of the second decade of the 21st century. And where are we? Are we anywhere close to our greatest potential as the human species here on this earth? I say no. You know why I say no? I say no because there is still nuances in our societies that we created. Yes, we have, I'm going to name some of these nuances that I'm referring to, but I wanted to speak about this first. I wanted to speak about the fact that we have to own our contribution towards these nuances that exist in our society. We can't keep blaming. Don't point finger. Look on us. Point all of the fingers on yourself, and say, what can I do to create a humongous, great paradigm shift within my own space to dismantle these nuances in our society, And for me, these are nuances for me that I think that we can do more to change it. Like currently, racism is a nuance in our society that is man-made. Bigotry is a nuance in our society that is man-made, which means us human beings created it. Crime and violence is a nuance in our society that we created. It's man-made disease, and all man-made disease can be eradicated because we created them. Poverty, violence against our beautiful woman around the globe, child labor, violence against kids. We created these nuances in our society, and it is up to us. It is up to us to create the change that we need to see. Because I know that the person that is out there right now that is thinking of pulling a trigger to take someone's life, look at how great and how brilliant and how powerful life is. If this YouTube video reaches you by chance and you're thinking of taking someone's life, stop and look in the mirror. Do a self-reflection. Is it really authentically worth it? Why don't you use that energy and find a way to win? When I say win, find a way that God can use your journey to inspire someone out there today. Pause and do a sense of self-reflection. The person out there whom today is thinking of belittling someone because of the color of their skin, the pigmentation of their skin that God has given them. Remember, if there wasn't diversity, if there wasn't a plethora of colorful human beings on the earth, what a boring earth. Have you ever stopped to think about it? What a boring earth it would be if you all just looked the same and it was just one steadfast monotonous being. What a boring world it would be. Come on, we have to reshape and reshift our thinking. So to all of the people out there whom are racist, or the people who engage in bigot behaviors, does it make sense? Do you have a sister? Do you have a mom or dad that you love and appreciate? Come on, does it really authentically make sense? Does it make you a better human being? Isn't that our aim here on this planet Earth? To better our best always, so that we can be the most authentic version of ourselves. And when we do these kind of negative activity, I'm speaking to myself as well, you know, when we do these kind of negative activities and belittle people and stuff like that, and then we speak about people and we engage in grapevine activities. Grapevine mean gossip activities, and we spread rumors about each other. These are some of the nuances in our society that we need to eradicate. Come on, we can do it. You know, we can do it. And also, beautiful souls from near and far, I'm just going to give you some pointers and some techniques that you can take advantage of and just move forward. You know, when you think of engaging in grapevine activity, just stop and reflect and say, does it make any sense? What am I gaining from it? Does this activity bring me any closer towards my dreams and aspiration? Or if you are an individual in a place of power in the world, you have seen what racism does to our planet. You have seen when you hold on, when you use your power and your economical power to hold down a group of people, you see the pain that it causes, and you see that these people will unite and rebel, and your own institution will stumble. So if you are in a great deal of place where you have power as it relates to earthly power, why not use that power to evoke change? Think about it. Why not use your power to all the people who are in a place of power? It doesn't matter if you're white, if you're an Arab, if you're a black man, or anything like nature that wants to as how my granddad, who may his soul rest in peace, would say, you have some black man that they would bow down to a white man because they want to be accepted by the people. So even if you're a white man, black man, Asian man that is in a place of power, look on it. You know, history has already taught us, if you hold down a group of people, it doesn't serve our community, it doesn't serve our society any good, because these same people will rebel. These same people will rise up and your institution will stumble, and then you're going to have to start all over again to rebuild. Why do it? Why not use your power to create greatness on this earth? Why not use your power to assist in alleviating poverty? Because I think it can be done in my lifetime. I think in my lifetime we can alleviate poverty. Racism, we can also dismantle it. We can also dismantle the stain as it relates to that we created, that this religion is better than this one, that religion is better than that one, or stuff like that. We can eradicate a lot of these stereotypes that we created. We can do it. It's possible. I believe it is possible, and I know it is possible. And it starts with all of us by being bold and courageous in getting comfortable, being uncomfortable, getting comfortable, stepping outside of our comfort zone and having hard discussion. It's going to be a lot of work. I know it's going to be a lot of work, but one thing I know, moms, dads, nieces, aunts, nephews, brothers, grandmas, granddads, it's up to us. It's up to us. Aren't you tired of the negativity that just plague our existence? Aren't you tired of it? I don't know, but don't we want to get back to a place when we listen to international news, we're excited, and we are so excited because we want to see, oh my word, I wonder what next we created. You're a part of it. Listen, we are all connected universally. You may not accept this, but it is the fact. There is no human experience that a next human being has undergone that is alien to you. None. When someone feels hurt, you can also feel hurt. When someone feels pain, you can also feel pain. So I know that the powers that being in this realm of dimension that have accumulated power over the years may want to use their power for bad, because we have to understand that the Bible did speak about the negative power that exists here in this realm of dimension that we're currently existing. But at the end of the day, I want to zoom in on the good, as challenges as it is. And I want to remind everyone out there, I just want to remind you that how we're going to get to a better place is that we have to understand, as I said, no human experience is alien to any of us. And anything that happened in Russia, anything that happened in the America, anything that happened in China, Australia, wherever, the Caribbean, it can happen at your home too. So every fight everywhere is our fight, and I believe in us. You know who I believe in? Us collectively, the human being that exists in this realm of dimension. And I know sometimes you have certain energy that you have to put step away from for a period of time, but step away and come back in the fight. Step away from these hard conversations, but come back, and when you return to these conversations, return with them open-minded and be ready and willing to listen. And I want to also say this based on my own experiences too. I want to say this to all of my parents, all of my grandmas who may grew up in the latter part of maybe the 40s or 60s, and they're still here, and many a time you don't know, I love grandmas so much. I love my Gen X and my Gen Y so authentically, but the truth remains that many a time some of the experience that we're undergoing right now in this realm of dimension that we're currently existing in, grandma, look at me. If you're on YouTube, granddad, look at me. Even if you are from Caucasian, Asian, Black descendant, many a times the pain that the scars that us are undergoing right now, us the millennials and the Gen Z, sometimes it's some of the stuff that you did, the mistake that you make, and the teaching that you have embedded down to us, you have passed down to us, enable this cycle to continue. But we are telling you, I as a millennial, I am telling you that we don't want it anymore. We just want to move forward and coexist peacefully, because it is possible. I am not saying that we're going to get to a place where it's kumbaya, but I'm saying that we have to get to a place globally as we are in the second half of the 21st century, it's time for numerous hundreds of thousands of books to be start perpetuating the air as it relates to our news cycle. It's time for new innovation to be the big news and not a gossip side being the big news, and not crime and violence activities where this country bombs this country or this artist is fighting with this artist. It is time for us to get to our next place. Because I don't know about you, but personally, me, this young man from the Caribbean, I tired of, I don't even watch the news. I don't know nothing that is going on as it relates to the negativity in the news, but I hear it. It still comes to your ear as it relates to the people that you communicate with. It still populates on your social media sites that you visit numerously, because I am on the social media platform. I'm on the space. I try to get my message out there as best as I possibly can to the masses. So henceforth, stuff will get into your ear. As hard as you try for them not to get into your ear, they will get into your ear. And also, black moms, white moms, Asian moms, Arabs moms, dads, aunts. Listen, it's a global world that we're all currently existing in. We're all existing in a global, internationally connected world, and especially with the light of the global pandemic, our world has shifted like 5 years on the online space, really. And we're going to have to learn to adapt. And I want to say this to you, as I make mention on Monday on my podcast session. You see, if you are not an individual that is super wealthy, and you're an individual that's still teaching your child how to belittle other people, you're doing yourself a disservice. Because let me tell you something, when that child go out there in the real world, he or her is not going to be able to function truthfully, fruitfully, authentically. We have to stop and reflect. We must stop and reflect. We must make an effort to move forward. We must move forward. Because let me tell you something, the people are so focused on these stuff that these kids are not even able to unearth the greatness that is within them. Because they're focused too. We're so saturated. We're all over the place. Our focus is everywhere. And we have to get back. I want school to reopen fully, because we're doing a disservice to our Generation Z. We're doing a disservice to them, because we have to remember that most of poverty still plague our land, and we have to do more as it relates to bridging the wealth gap between the people. I don't even like to use the terminology race, because in my view, it's one race. Because having the privilege and honor to constantly be communicating with people from all walks of life as it relates to socio-economical background, I have found within my own experience that the most realest, authentic people that I have met are the ones that aren't timid. They have a level of consciousness to express their unvarnished veracity in such a beautiful way. Basic, I don't know how to explain it, and most time these people are people that came from poverty. There are people that came from, I don't know how you call it, the project, the ghetto, I don't know how you call it, at-risk communities. Because they are people who know what pain is. And I want to tell you, on behalf of them, on behalf of all of us, on behalf of the souls on this realm of dimension that we're currently existing in, we're tired. We want a new day. We want to see everyone working together cohesively and building economical greatness, building great empires. We want everyone to be able to show up at the table. We don't want you to let someone be showed up at the table because, we are doing reformative approach, where we're doing an inclusive and an inclusiveness test, where we have to include diverse people, based on their race, their sexual orientation and stuff like that. We don't want that in correlation to no space of any government globally. What we want is the best people to be at the table. And what I am saying to you, zoom in on getting the best people at the table, because the best people will create the change, and the best people will speak to the massive truthfully from here. They're going to speak to the massive from here, right here, from their gut, meaning it, and create the change that we need to see. The best people are flawed. The best people are going to say, I am sorry, I messed up. The best people aren't timid, aren't scared to be vulnerable. The best people will love you truthfully. The best people will show love one more time. The best people are going to come to the table, and when they don't know what to say or what to do, they're able to be silent, and they're able to tell you, I don't know, help me understand. Listen, if you are rich and you're powerful and you want to reach out to me, because I read a lot, you want to reach out to me and you want to evoke change, and you are saying that, you're fighting for poor people. How can you fight for poor people and you have never walked their walk? Yes, you can fight for them, but I say go into these communities and understand how these people live, because many a time people are saying, we don't know if these people want real authentic change. We don't know. Don't say those kind of things. Go and experience it. Go down and speak to the people. Let the people tell you what the changes they want to see in their community. Because I am telling you, see, when we come together collectively, our earth will move forward exponentially great. And it is time. North America, South America, Asia, Australia, Africa, Europe, and Antarctica, for us to get it right. 21 is still keeping. Refocus 2021 is still keeping, and I am in this 2021 with greatness, because I am not feeling timid or scared to express my unvarnished veracity on all my platform that I have choose to show up on. So remember, beautiful souls from near and far, love some more, tell someone you care some more, get into the fight to evoke change, because I want to see more technological advancement. I'm bored of all of the stuff that we have created thus far. It's time for us to shift our focus and heal, accept where we went wrong in history, and let's move forward. Let's say, how are we going to work on it and move forward? So remember, this one will continue up on my next week YouTube session. And always remember, when the intention to quit is at its closest, success is at its nearest. Hence, it's all of us responsibility to stand firm, trust in God, and never give up.